Alright, hello everybody, welcome back. Oops. Can't get... Anyway, no, down, there we go. Yes. So yeah, welcome back to Assassin's Creed Valhalla. As you just saw there on the right, they put some new stuff on Ubisoft Connect. And I got the Vinland Crow skin for Senu, because it was free. They also added some other stuff that wasn't quite free. It was only 100 points, and I got like 2,000 points or something. But I didn't want it. It was like some axe or something. It was an axe that says something about shooting enemies, so I'm assuming that whatever bonus it had to do with archery. And since I very rarely bother with archery, I did not see the point. But we'll see if we can find the person to talk to here at the stables. Oh, here we go. Maybe you? I mean, you're here. Nope, I can blend in though. And I guess I'll grab this treasure chest since I'm here. But yeah, picking up where we left off, we're gonna apparently not equip that. But we're gonna go out and clear out the rest of Gloucestershire here, Gloucestershire, whatever the fuck it is, and Wrath of the Druids is out now. As of me record, well, as of probably a few days before I recorded this, but yeah, I haven't decided yet. I'm gonna look up in between this part, like whether or not you should save it for after you're done the main game or not, because it kind of sounds like you should. And like, obviously, we still have a few areas to go through here, and actually, I can look that up while we're heading towards our next objective. When to play Wrath of the Druids? No, not how to start. Not how long it is. Not how to unlock. Well, you know what? Let's see how to unlock, because I mean, maybe. Oh, and apparently get to go to Paris as well at some point. Apparently they only made 2 DLCs. To completed the opening hours, left Norway. Okay, so you can do it at any time after. Reach power level 55 before starting it. Well, that's fucking nothing. New trading system, eh? Okay. Alright, so it doesn't seem like there's any, oh god, particular, like, point in the game that you might want to start it. I mean, if it were, suggests only level 55, which is, like I said, that's fucking nothing. Oh, goody. Okay, well, you know what? Let's try our trick to see if there's any on the other side. Okay, no explosive, not on the other side then. Break the box, break the box. But yeah, if it only requires 55, that's nothing, and all you need is to have Ravensthorpe, which is obviously super easy. Okay, so that was weird. It was counting me as sliding there. I kind of wish that the barrel showed up on the page. I also wish that the bonus content shit would go away, but you know that doesn't seem to be happening. But yeah, it would be really nice if the barrel showed up on the ping, since there's quite a few times where that's pretty much all I'm looking for is just like an explosive barrel. But, and I mean, they do have obviously like that there. You'll follow the torches and you'll find them, right? But it's still like, at least this one I will say is for like an actual fucking treasure, like a wealth treasure chest. Oh my god, Eivor, stop. Just jump down. Put that down. There we go. And then kablooey. Oh, that put out way more oil than I thought. But yeah, so I don't know. Like we could do it like right after this then, I guess. I mean, realistically, we could start Wrath of the Druids and do that before finishing the main game. But I think I want to finish the main game and finish all of, like, I want to finish the main game before we do it, I think. Because it would be nice to, like, head there with, like, Excalibur, Mjolnir, and everything. Really? More fucking fish? You piece of shit. Well, whatever. I'm not going to make you watch me fish, by the way. Since that requires fish, that's something that I will definitely just get done off camera. I might... Let's see. Do I even have... small bullhead? Because I don't think I've sold any fish for a while. Brown trout, Arctic char, great. Bream, cod, bullhead, small. Oh, I only need 3 more. Alright, well. If I remembered where I caught them or something, that is something that we could definitely get done in this part. I mean, I feel like like getting 3 of them wouldn't take very long. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Because like I said, I did kind of want to do a bunch of order hunting as well in this part. Once we've cleared the rest of our mysteries and wealth and that. And hunted down our zealot. Or wait, did we already hunt down the zealot, actually, come to think of it? Got 2 zealots, we got... let's see, because I think we saw him up over there, and then that one's down. Yeah, so that's the one that we found, and then the other one, I don't remember if that other one is the one that's in this region or not, come to think of it. Oh, you know what? Let's see. Is there I mean, this could be bullhead trout, right? Alright, well, let's talk to her. No?
Strange. Her voice is like a lullaby. I wonder where it leads.
Well, I mean, I imagine it leads up to that house. Or into it. Okay, well, I guess let's just follow her until we can talk to her. I'm assuming that she's the mystery.
What is it you want? Who are you?
Okay. Well, that's weird. Also something in the cage there. Well, you know what? Before I do that, let's read this. 3 piggies today, 5 piggies tomorrow. So many lost little pigs, juicy and fat. I'll feast for days. Okay.
Poison. I need to get out of here.
Oh, I see. And then she locked the fucking door
Smells like
behind.
a trap. I will kill you for that. Have you nothing to say?
And good. Bye. So she was the Lady of the Lake, eh? A gruesome collection. Oh, goody. Okay, so I'm gonna do...
Lots of hungry fish here.
Right there should be good. And we'll see if these are, in fact, bullhead. Because I don't realistically know the fucking difference between them. I don't think that is. No, perch, yeah. Okay, but I do see that there is shit under this water, so I am gonna go and look. There's something here to collect. Ah, there's some titanium. Wow, she threw a lot of fucking bodies in here. Alright. I'm gonna do this. Scout out some of these fish. Okay, because like the bullhead is it's a catfish. And yeah, none of these. Oh, well. No, that's not. No, none of these are. Okay. So yeah, none of them are here. Okay, so up over here we got an artifact and a couple more wealth. So watched a new anime since the last time I recorded anything. Monster Girl Doctor. I thought that I knew what it was. Turns out I didn't. Because like I was looking up animes to watch. And I had one that was about a doctor in like a school. It was like a school doctor. And I thought that's what this one was not. It was pretty good though. I enjoyed it. Watched it all in like 2 days. Oh, good Christ, more pigs. But yeah, this was humans and monsters just started living together. Well, I don't 10 years, I guess, had been living together for about 10 years. And it was a human who became a doctor specifically for monsters. Now, it's called Monster Girl Doctor, even though the doctor does technically treat more than female monsters, but, you know, since it's an anime, obviously, pretty much all of his patients that he comes across are, or that he actually treats are female. Collect that. Oh, what is this one? What the hell am I? Oh, I feel like I got the artifact even though I was supposed to probably carry these rocks. Yeah. But yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it. As you can imagine, a show like that, there was quite a bit of fan service in it. And also, as you can imagine, you know, because he was dealing with monster girls, every single part of their body was, you know, the sensitive part. Did not matter who or what they were. Everything was sensitive. Even the one that was part dragon, right? Who you saw fucking slam people with her tail into a wall hard enough to fucking crack the wall. When he was examining her tail, super sensitive. Why? Because then it gives them an excuse to make whoever the voice actress is make those noises. But yeah, overall, I'd say pretty good. The only thing that, like, his, I want to say nurse, but she wasn't a nurse. She was a full-fledged doctor, but she never really seemed to examine any patients herself. Like, everybody, like, she was, she even called herself, and he called her his assistant, even though they were both doctors. They both were taught by the same person in the same place, but she worked for him for some reason. Well, I mean, she worked for him because she loved them, but you know, professionally they should have theoretically been on equal ground, you know. But it was 100% like it was his clinic. But anyway, the only thing that confused me is like at one part she says that she has like there's like two big secrets that she was keeping from him, right? And one of the secrets was that it's like, oh, the illness that I have cannot be cured or something, right? And then the other one was that when she stayed at their house as a kid, she was 100% there, so that because like they grew up together, because she was sent to his house when she was a kid as a hostage in order to make sure that if the trade, well, I mean, she was there as what they called a hostage, to give his family, not priority, maybe priority, an advantage during negotiations with her family.
Easy now.
This isn't going to explode, is
Something is not right.
While realistically her family was highly trained assassins, so she was also there so that if negotiations broke down, she could just kill them all. So like they went through that, and she told him about the assassin thing, and he already, you know, his family wasn't an idiot, or weren't full of idiots. But like the only thing is like she was an albino Lamia.
Need to be careful here.
And I don't know if the disease that she was talking about that couldn't be cured was the fact that she was albino or not. Like, because like the other one never got brought up. Like, if it was something other than that, it was never brought up. All right, let's do that. That, and if I can light some torches, well, actually, to be fair, that should have actually lit some torches itself, right? Which should then keep the fire, including one on the other side of this wall.
Easy now. Something is not right.
I mean, you would think that with all this fire around that it would limit the amount of that. But yeah, so I don't know if that's what she was talking about. I mean, or not, but yeah, it was pretty good. He didn't examine, or like didn't have nearly as many cases as I thought. Like they didn't go through nearly as many like different species, I guess. Granted, there was one or two, like the Minotaur one that he did was literally the first thing that you saw. And then like just like that was it.
Smells
like you never saw them again. But then there was like a Centaur one. But yeah, it was pretty good. Whoever did it put a lot of. Okay, that was maybe because it was in the water. Did put a lot of thought into it. I will say they did do quite a bit of research on like the real life animals that they were based off of, I feel. Some more stairs this way. But yeah, it was good. I really enjoyed it. I mean, obviously, if I watched it in like 2 days, because that usually it takes me a week to watch it. You can tell if I'm into a show if like I actually bother to watch it like when I'm at home. Like normally I just watch it when I'm at work. And to be fair, I say that there's plenty of shows that like I was into and then never really watched while I was at home. But yeah, it was good. I really liked it. It was funny. Although I will say there are some weird stereotypes like I noticed, because like just before I watched that, right, I told you that like I rewatched Monster Musume, which is also a bunch of monster girls, and I also rewatched the Reluctant job, hero, whatever you want to fucking call it. But that didn't have Monster Girls in it, so it has very little bearing on this. But the centaurs in both of them, both very much mistrusted the Arachne, the spider women in both of them. And granted, they, it turned out that they should in both of them, kind of, but more so maybe in the Doctor one than the Everyday Life with Monster Girls one, the Monster Musume one. But either way, it's just kind of like a weird. Well, that's cool. It just seemed kind of like a. Oh wow, this has to be an Assassin Bureau then. Just seemed like a weird kind of like stereotype to have, where it's like, oh, the centaurs don't like Arachne. It's like, all right. I feel like a lot of different races probably wouldn't like the giant spider people, just because a lot of people don't like spiders. Whereas I feel like there are significantly less people who are scared of like horses and that. Same with like Lamias, like the snake people and that. Like I feel like that would be another race where, if real, would have a hard time. Because once again, there's a lot of people scared of snakes. Which is the thing, right? Like, yeah, another one about how fucked they got. Which is the thing about these shows, right? And they do go into it actually quite a bit in both of them. Well, more so in Monster Musume, I guess, because that is more or less like the whole point of that show. About how like the different creatures get treated differently. Like the mermaids get treated significantly better in Monster Musume than the Lamias or the Arachne or even the centaurs. But like the centaurs still get treated better than certain other races and everything, and it's all just based off. I don't want to use the word prejudice because it's not. I mean, I guess I don't know. Because once again, they're all based off, or like most of them anyway, are based off of more or less real animals, and people, some people are scared of certain animals. So, the ones that are part of that animal, like the snake and the spider and that, would have a lot harder time than the ones that are based off of like birds and horses, because obviously people have lots of birds and horses and that, So yeah, it's always interesting to me when they do. Like, I feel like that's like one of the reasons. Oh, I didn't even notice this out here. Oh wait, was I even over here? I wonder, can I light this on fire? Yeah, I didn't think so. Oh well. Wow, these weren't really hidden at all, was it? Like this one here is very clearly an Assassin Bureau. But yeah, it's one of the reasons why I like it, because they don't just have like, everybody immediately loves them for absolutely no reason and gets along with them, because there are quite a few shows that do that as well. I feel like a lot of shows go hard one way or the other. Like they either go hard in that, like, oh, look at that, all these monsters showed up, but everybody is perfectly fine with it, or they go, oh look, all these monsters showed up, and then there's like absolutely nobody who's fine with it, Whereas I feel like the way Monster Musume does it, it's like, it's not that people are fine with it per se. It's just one of those things where it's like they're dealing with it on like a day-to-day basis, Yeah, go that way. Will I? I don't think I will be. Um, and then obviously, the thing with the Monster Girl Doctor one is people are fine with it. They're all living together, but you don't really see too much outside of the city they're in, and the city they're in is specifically the city that for like 10 years they've been living together. And apparently, and like you hear that it probably, I mean, like I said, you don't really see it. Like, because like while they do leave the city, they leave the city to go to other monster villages, and, you know. But yeah, I mean, you get a little glimpse of it being worse because, like, at one point he has to, they find a bunch of harpies that have been kidnapped and are being trafficked, right? Well, their eggs are, I guess. I mean, they're kidnapped and being held hostage, and then they're being forced to lay eggs so that they can sell the eggs. So I mean, you know, like I said, obviously it's not like, and that's in the city where they are the most accepted, you know. So I mean, obviously not everything is peachy keen even in that city, but like I said, you don't see too much, which is fine. I mean, they definitely went for a more lighthearted approach to it, which I enjoy.
That burns.
They didn't go for like dark and like everything is shit, which I'm also fine with sometimes. But ooh, feign death upgrade, eh? Trigger a surprise assassination from a... Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Let's assign that. Which one do I not use? Is that kick? I don't really... I mean, the fact that I had to ask. There we go. Get rid of him. Oh, that's why, because one of those fuckers. But yeah, I'm gonna try and find that other one. Because, like, obviously, you know, I'm writing my own book that has, like, monsters in it. And while they're not all going to be... Oh no, I died. And while it, you know, there's not really going to be anything in my book specifically like that, you know. I still like to look at them. I really like to watch them. Well, because one, I enjoy monsters and that, so I mean, I like those shows. But two, it lets me get ideas for like how I might want to do stuff when my characters come across like specific kinds of monsters. Like, not every monster in my book is going to be sentient and able to be reasoned with and talked to and everything. But there are going to be those types of monsters, right? It's like watching these, you know, oh, how do they treat, you know, Lamias in this show? How do they treat harpies in this show? And it's, you know, would I like to use, like, which one? Like, for example, I really like the harpy design in Monster Girl Doctor. Like, if I was going to base my harp, like, because there would be harpies at some point, I'm sure my character will come across them.
Knock the dog down! Not scrambling your way out of this! Jesus! Shit! I'll make you bleed!
But yeah, if I was going to base my harpies off anything, it would probably be the harpies in the Monster Girl Doctor. Design-wise, anyway. Like, because I really like the way they did it. As for Lamias, in all honesty, that one I've been... Because, like, I know that I'm going to have Lamias in that, and I know that they're going to be... Not necessarily soon, fucking murders again. But they're gonna be soon enough. That I've been like looking for like how I would like them to be like a design that like I really like to like describe them as, you know. And I think I found one of those. I think I've got more or less like what I'd like my Lamias to look like. And like I said, the Harpies, whenever I make it to Harpies in my book, I think the fucking Christ, the ones from Monster Girl Doctor would probably be what I would base them off of. I don't like how you leave the oil trail behind you like that. Sure. Oh, well, that's not what I wanted. Get the fuck out of here, cat. I didn't want to pet you. Really? Fucking keys, man. So yeah, as for centaurs, I mean, it's a centaur. I mean, I feel like I'm probably never... I don't have any current plans for centaurs in my book anyway, although it's not like I'm against having them in my book. I just don't currently have any plans for them. And the thing is like, I also watch a lot of these and that, because I don't want to just like basically be, even if it's something that like I haven't seen before, I still don't want to more or less be caught. Oh my god, Eivor, put the cats down. And loot the fuck. I'm gonna kill the cats if you don't. There you go. I'm gonna force you to kill the cats if you don't. Because even if it's something that like I haven't seen, I don't want that to be like my excuse for basically doing the same thing, like for doing the same thing as someone else, you know. Which, I mean, to be fair, a lot of people end up doing more or less the same thing as everyone else, so... especially when it comes to, like, anime. I mean, you pick two anime that are similar to each other, and, like both, like, action-adventure anime. Like, even take, like, Fairy Tail and One Piece, and you take, like, the characters that they have. Like, take the main character, for example. Natsu and, Luffy, right? Like they're very similar characters. Like obviously Luffy is a lot more like they are different, but like morally, I guess would be maybe the correct word. I don't know. I feel like they're very similar characters, right? Like you take any of like these monster ones that I've been watching, right? And you know, it's always like, oh, there's the main character. He's like the one person that treats the monsters like normal people, or well, for the most part, you know, like normal girls. So you know they all fall in love with him because of that. And it's like, yeah, and that's more or less every one of them that I've watched so far, anyway. To be fair, that's most animes. You know, you have like the main character, and everybody falls, and like all of the female characters fall in love with them for some reason or other. Also, is that my zealot over there? No. It's not. It's a murderer. Bye to you. And you know what? I'm actually gonna take one of these. I will say though that like while I don't like dislike shows that have it where like everybody falls in love with the main character, I will say that I do prefer shows where the main character, even if the other ones are like still like in love with him or whatever, right? I do prefer it when like the main character actually makes a choice, you know, where it's like I love, like I want this one, you know. Because like in pretty much all of them, like I said, there seems to be, I think I've talked about this before, where no matter how many, like no matter how they write the show, there still seems to be a clear winner, per se. as to like which one the main character would end up with. Like even in like one like Monster Musume, I feel like it's still very clearly Mia that the main character would end up with. Good God, okay. I did not know that you could actually catch those. Yeah, now you're on fire, bitch. Okay, well that was weird. Okay, he keeps like missing, or my left bumper isn't working or something. I don't know. Wow, that attack actually came so fast. Those two attacks came so fast together. Yeah, like that I didn't even actually hit the second block.
Lost your battle, lost.
But yeah, like I said, there's always seems to be like a clear winner. So like in Monster Musume, like I said, even though obviously he does treat them all very nicely, I still feel like he definitely would end up with Mia over any of the other ones.
In these old worlds, I used to lie down and pray that the leaves would cover me. That I could drag them over me like a blanket and join Cernunnos in a bed of leaves. Tuck me in, stranger, with a song.
The sound of Odin stomping on your bones is the only song you'll hear.
And then like same with the Monster Girl Doctor. Although I will say, not nearly as bad as other ones. For like everybody falling in love with them.
Your baby is coming. Where's the nearest healer? I will take you.
No need for a healer, love. Just get to the top of that hill. I can do the rest.
What? All the way to the top? And you intend to go alone in your state?
Yes! Roll my fat corpse up this hill if need be.
It is too far to carry you like this without hurting your babe. I shall have to take you by horse.
You need not help me, but who am I to look a gift Dane in the mouth?
It is dishonorable to leave a pregnant woman to the elements. Why does the baby's father not come to you?
The baby's father is a god. Mockers of the Wood saw me on solstice and wooed me with his song.
You laid down with a god.
Aye, is that so shocking? Mary grew Christ from the touch of God. I heard of a Dane god who lay down with a horse.
Loki, and he was also a horse at the time. You didn't get mounted by a horse god, did you?
No, it was very much a man. A godly man, definitely not a mortal. But I didn't see him by light of day, so who knows? Child out of wedlock. Oh, I should raise the babe out here. Safe from town gossip. Raising it as a bastard. How they'll talk. Lying with woodland gods and living out in the wilderness. I should become a witch. What do you think, love?
Is that all it takes to become a witch?
Oh, did I make it? I don't... Oh, there she goes. I guess I missed the point where she was supposed to...
We're not far now, love. You can leave me on the steps of the temple if you want. The rest should come naturally.
I'm not leaving you to bleed out or be taken by wolves. If your god lover cannot join you in birth, then I will guide your child out.
I doubt he will. I ran after our little encounter. Thank you, love. You have been kinder to me than my own kin.
Sure, but you really should have jumped off earlier so I knew... I mean, I'm assuming we're going here. Despite my hopes, it seems the mask is more than the myth than fact. A shame, an enchanted item that allows the wearer to pass between the doors between worlds. I've climbed these hills in search, but my
You
stops
made it to the shrine. Do you think the otherworldly father will be able to find us?
I wasn't impregnated by a god, just an ordinary man as bored as me. Doubt we want anything to do with this child.
I see. Then we shall focus on the child instead. Breathe deeply and try to relax. This will take time. I will build a tent.
Holy shit, did he ever?
You did a great job. A healthy baby girl. Just hear that cry. Warrior's lungs.
A girl? I have no knowledge of warriors or what to name them. How about your name, then? Little Eivor.
Ermina? I've been looking everywhere. Brand told me you'd run off, and I worried the worst. Is that...
This is your god lover? I expected more.
God lover? Should I take that as a compliment on my prowess, or an insult to my name?
Go, Marcus. Our families would never approve the union. And if you're to have any reputation, you will forget me.
I think I get to stay in that. I care not about status, and if all we have together is some hut in the woods, then so be it.
A hut in the woods does sound fit for a witch and her babe.
Alright. Okay, so I'm going to assume that there is a mask, there is in fact a mask up here. And then, so once I get the mask, that'll be that, and then, yeah, got one more of those. And, yeah, I did not unlock another Stalwart Friend of the Vellum. So that the Vellum must be one that I had already killed then. Bison, oh, that's true. They also give me, like, their real names, and so I don't know who the fuck the Vellum is, or which one the Vellum would have been. But yeah, back to what I was saying before. The, same as in, like, Monster Girl Doctor, it very clearly, even though, like, the Centaur, there was basically only 3 that were realistically in love with him, which was, which, like I said, was a nice change of pace. I mean, obviously, there was others that liked him because he was obviously a very good doctor and helped them with whatever, right? But I never really got, like, I love you vibes from the rest of them, you know? And even then, even the spider was like, you know, seemed to be more of a I'm bored kind of love than I actually am in love with you. To be fair, even the Centaur was a little lacking in, like, sincerity talking about love, but so yeah, like, I feel like just like with Monster Musume, Snake Girl Lamia wins. What was, I don't remember what her name was. She had Saphitite was her name. In Monster Girl. Are you kidding me? These fucking pigs piss me off to no goddamn end with their bullshit. But yeah, and then, like, and then outside of, you know, ones with Monster Girls, you have, like, what was it? In Another World with My Cell Phone, a show that the last time I watched it, I only watched the first half of the season because I don't really care for the second. And to be fair, I don't care for a lot of that show, but I do enjoy, like, the first half of it, or the first half or so of it, maybe a little bit less. Oh my god, no one of these. Let's see, how long have we been going? Maybe I just won't do this. 45 minutes. If I want to go and hunt the last of those guys down, it may not be a bad, the last zealot down, it may not be a bad idea to go and do that.
Are you referring to my father?
Am I what?
What you just said. Was it about my father?
I said nothing. We have been silent since we came here.
Liar!
Right.
You did just now. As plain as you're talking now.
You are mad. What did I say?
A coward believes he will live unto old age if he stays clear of strife. But old age will wither him fast, though he be untouched by spears.
I said nothing of the sort, Trolltooth. That is the Allfather whispering into your big head.
But yeah, that one there, I will admit was like a little bit more. They did actually kind of balance the affection, I guess, if that makes sense, a little bit better in that one. But I still feel like the mage sister, I don't remember what any other names are, by the way, but I feel like the mage sister in that one was probably be the one that he liked the most, if I had to say, or if like I was forced to choose one. Now the thing with shows like that, obviously, who they meet first obviously plays a big role. So like with Monster Musume, you know, the first one that, or like the one that you see him interact with the most is Mia, because the first episode is just her, basically. Man, there's no fucking way this is gonna work, is there? Oh, come on. That was so close to being, well, bullshit, but still. So yeah, like, you see him interact with her a lot more than you do the rest of them. So obviously, like, you know, like she gets a little bit more character development than the rest. It's like the first episode is all her, and then like the second episode brings in Poppy the Harpy and Saria the Centaur. So I mean, how the fuck did I have those rocks up there before? But anyway, yeah. So I mean, like, stuff like that obviously plays a big part in it. Because obviously the longer that the one, you know, the more interactions they have with it, the more. And because on shows like that, they don't really know how to do anything subtly. You bastard. You know, like, every interaction is like, oh, somehow making them more in love with each other. So yeah, like I said, the more interactions the characters have, the more likely it is that, or like the less subtle their feelings for each other get, you know? There's no way this is gonna work, but. Oh wow, that actually stayed up there. This is gonna be bullshit if I pull this off, but. Just like the last one, I will definitely take bullshit. Now this is a very small rock. And while it is a rock, I'll take it. Alright. Cairn complete, main SETI, sure. And we have one mystery left, which obviously I'm not going to bother with because it's just fishing that I have to do. And then since we only have one order member left, and one of these guys, I think I should be able to fast travel at least somewhat close. What the hell? Oh, right, that's the one. So we'll do this so that we can go and hunt him down. But yeah, I will say that the ones like there was another one, was it Master of Ragnarok, Blesser or Blessing of, I don't know how to pronounce it, Einherjar. I imagine that was a horrible pronunciation of it, but that's how I think it was spelled. That one there was one where right from the start, like it was once again another, like, you know, dude in another world thing, but he had already been there for quite a while. And yeah, shockingly enough, like pretty much all the girls were in love with him because, once again, anime. But he was having none of it because he had a girlfriend before he got pulled into that world.
Yeah.
And yes, we are going to go this way and just see if the Goliath is there for me to kill. I doubt it, but there's no harm in checking since it's kind of on the way. And I did actually rather enjoy that one. The fact that, like, even though he had the option of quite a few girls, he was like, nah, I already got mine, you know? Which was a nice change of pace. Because while obviously he would sometimes get embarrassed and, you know, flustered because of shit they would do, it wasn't nearly as often, you know? And it also wasn't just like he was blowing them off and they didn't know why. They all knew about the other girl, and he also had his cell phone with him in the other world. And he could call her, and would call her, repeatedly. It could also connect to the internet, which is how he managed to make his... clan. I was about to say tribe, but I'm like, I know they used a different word, and it was clan. They were like the Wolf Clan, I think. Make them like super powerful, you know, because he taught them how to farm properly, taught them military tactics, taught them how to make steel. Shit like that, you know. Oh, this is a big guy. A big guy with very easy weak points. Nope, I will not take this. But you will die very, very easily.
We sweat and toil to reach this moment.
The ancient ones lap at my sweat now. That war sweat the Roman gods hate so much, we long for.
This god or that. A good feast with fresh battle milk on your brows is not something you will ever taste again.
Choke on my bones.
I don't plan on eating you, so no. Okay, so there's another... That's all of the zealots now. And then, yeah, this guy would be the last one we have, but... 3, 4... Oh, well, actually... Okay, so we finished that one, which is 220. So we can either go to Nottinghamshire, or we can go into Winchester. And I feel like we should probably go into Winchester just because it's like the last city. It'll get us 3, I'm assuming 3 of the Order members, since none of the Zealots unlocked anything else. And then we can also clear out the oil shortly after that. So yeah, I think we'll do that next. Alright, so that'll be it for this part then. In between parts, obviously. Interesting. Right, always on the map like that? Anyway. In between parts, I will go and get my fish, my bullhead fish there, and then we'll go and head into Winchester. So thanks everybody for watching.